Alright, this activity that we have is going to be looking at the early atomic theory, the models of them. And what you have is your writer's notebook that you're going to be using for this task. So, if we look at the main page here, you have your essential question. After reading the informational texts about the models that constituted the early atomic theory, write a newspaper article that describes how the model you chose that died, so the idea is the one that you choose is no longer been used, and it was actually killed by an atomic model that was more accurate. Be sure to support your discussion with evidence from the text, including the scientists involved, the equipment and/or experiments used to create the new model, and so on. So, the assignment details. You need to read information that I have provided to you about each of the 5 atomic models: the solid sphere model, the plum pudding, the Rutherford model, the Bohr model, and the electron cloud model. So you're going to be actually reading about all 5 models. As you read, you need to take notes on the background. So you're going to use the sources that you have to answer the background questions that are listed on each of the sheets. Okay, so these look like this. Okay, so you can answer those questions. Keep in mind that a single source may not provide all of the information or have you be able to answer all of the questions for that particular model. Okay, make sure as well that you pay attention to the key vocabulary, and you probably should make note of where you got the information because you will be needing to cite it later. So if you take a look again here, let me go up into another one. Alright, so you have the key vocabulary up at the top, right there. And you would read, and as you read and take notes and answer these questions, you want to make sure that you indicate where you got that information from. So, down below here are the list of the sources. You've got 2 of them here, and this is a great place to start out of your textbook. And I've kind of tried to tell you what models are covered in which sections. The rest of these, starting with History of the Atomic Theory down to the Electron Cloud Model, these are actually located over on my Moodle page. Let's see here. Okay, so if you go onto my Moodle page, okay, you're going to scroll down to the atomic structure section, and you'll see here that I have these different sites listed. Basically, Electron Cloud Model up to History of the Atomic Theory. You need to read through all of these sources. Most of them are actually quite short. Okay, the History of the Atomic Theory is actually a website, all right, that has several pages to it, but I'm just going to click on the first one here. This is really all of that first page. That's it. Okay, there's not a lot to it. So while there may be many of them, they're not overly long and cumbersome to read. Okay, so after you've completed your reading of all of them and taken your notes, you're going to select one of the models that you have read about. Now you cannot select Electron Cloud Model because that is our current model and that hasn't gone away yet. You are then going to complete the second graphic organizer to assist you with your article. All right. The idea is this model that you selected was murdered somehow by another one, the one that came later. You need to talk about the new model, how it killed the one that died. So you need reasons why the old model was incorrect or maybe couldn't be as correct as it needed to be. This graphic organizer is the one that you will have checked by me before you actually start writing. Okay, so this is that graphic organizer. You choose the dead model. You pick out the information that you're going to include about that dead model. You should be specific. Reasons why. These are big ideas. I have spaces for 3 big ideas. You need to fill in only 2. The facts need to be specific and support the reasons. Okay. In fact, down at the bottom, I even give you some clues in terms of keeping in mind what reasons actually are. Once you've had that graphic organizer checked by me, you can start to write your article. You must include in-text citations. Okay, that parenthetical citation, and we will go over that in class, or if you don't remember how to do it, just ask. Okay, you will need to complete this article during the class time that you have been given. Okay, I know this says on Monday, yours may be slightly adjusted. You need to submit your final version by sharing it with me on Google Drive. You also will need to turn in your writer's notebook with all the notes that you have taken. In addition to the parenthetical citations, you are also going to need a works cited page for the materials that you used to generate your article. And what I have done here is I have actually created the MLA citations for all of the resources to reduce your workload a little bit. So that is the game plan for this writing assignment, and you do need to turn in all of the components. All of the components do have point values associated with them.